Hi, I'm Carl Azus with CNN Student News. It's Friday the 13th of November, and we're starting our 10 minutes of current events coverage with a look at a battle happening right now in northern Iraq. Kurdish Peshmerga fighters are trying to take control of the Iraqi town of Sinjar from the ISIS terrorists who currently occupy it. We've talked about the Kurds lately. They're an ethnic group that lives in different parts of the Middle East, and the Peshmerga are a Kurdish military force leading this fight on the ground. One thing ISIS wants to do is form a caliphate, its own country based on its severe interpretation of Islam. ISIS wants it located in Iraq and Syria. But if Kurdish forces, with international help, are able to reclaim Sinjar, it would help break up the areas controlled by ISIS. CNN's Nick Payton-Walsh was there when the battle began on Thursday morning.
Just behind me you can see the thick black smoke that has been covering the centre of Sinjar since pretty much about this morning when the offensive began in earnest at first light. In the distance over here too there's been pretty consistent exchanges of heavy machine gun fire. I can't tell you precisely where we are. We're on the outskirts of Sinjar because of the rules we agreed to when working with the Peshmerga in this embed, but there is intense fighting here. They are trying to dig themselves in, and I am standing on a key part of the strategic mission here, which is to take over this route that runs between ISIS's capital of Raqqa in Syria and their key town of Mosul in Iraq. Now, at this stage, the Peshmerga seem to hold this particular area, thanks to the noise I'm hearing above me of coalition jets, drones as well, and we also hear potentially military advisors in the local area too. Further down this road, though, the challenge gets messier. We're hearing of potentially 300 ISIS fighters still in the urban sprawl there. It's densely packed. The Peshmerga are moving round in an arch, it seems, to try and go round the entire city, but tense fighting potentially ahead here, no sense of things slowing, and ISIS very close to where we are, within a kilometre, frankly, of where I'm standing. So much optimism at dawn. This could be over in days. As the day ends, the booby traps, the mines, the sheer exhaustion potentially of moving into this city, the booby trap roads, making some Peshmerga here slightly less optimistic this could be over as quickly as they'd hoped.
Violence in another part of the Middle East. Dozens of civilians were killed and hundreds were wounded last night in the capital of Lebanon when two suicide bombers detonated their explosives in a crowded part of Beirut. Lebanon's prime minister declared today a day of mourning. There are reports that the ISIS terrorist group is saying it's responsible for the attack, but officials can't say for sure yet whether that claim is authentic. On August 8, 2012, U.S. Army Captain Florent Groberg was guarding military leaders as they walked down a street in Afghanistan. They were approached by a man who was hiding something in his clothes. Captain Groberg and another soldier rushed in to push the man away from their patrol, and he set off his explosives. Then, a second suicide bomber appeared and detonated, killing 4 other U.S. soldiers. Captain Groberg survived, but he needed 33 surgeries to keep his leg. His heroism is why President Obama presented him with the Medal of Honor yesterday, the U.S. military's highest decoration. The now retired Army captain is the 10th living person to receive the Medal of Honor for action in Afghanistan. As always, we like to announce 3 of the thousands of schools watching. Our producers picked them from CNNStudentNews.com. First up this Friday, Park City Prep Charter School. Great to see everyone in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Moving down the East Coast to Clermont, Florida, it's where the Raptors roam at Real Life Christian Academy. And on the west coast of Italy, hello to our friends at Livorno Middle School. The Lions of Livorno round out our roll. 100 years ago, there were only a few sources for news, features, or any form of media entertainment. The newspaper and magazines, the radio, and if people wanted to see footage of world events, they'd go to the cinema, where newsreels and cartoons would be played before the movie. Every kind of media they could consume then is pocket-sized right here, right now. And the 21st Century Tool has created a 21st Century Challenge for media companies.
Anywhere, everywhere, and always. That's the promise of mobile video. Quite simply, it's anything you watch on a smartphone or a tablet. But the implications are enormous. More eyeballs on more videos means more opportunity for media companies to sell ads. But your smartphone's smaller screen means less room for those ads. It also means the videos themselves are changing. This video is horizontal, but Snapchat's promoting vertical. storytellers are thinking about how to make things pocket-sized and short enough to be viewed on the fly. The new medium is mobile, and this little screen is going to be big. When it comes to online video, nothing competes with YouTube. There's 300 hours of video uploaded to the site every minute. But being big makes it harder to change. And right now, the biggest name in online video has its sights set on the smallest screen.
I can only make so many cakes in a day, but I can make that cake and I can put it out on YouTube and its reach is endless.
Elise Strawn is a YouTube creator. Over the past 4 years, her baking videos have earned her over 2 million subscribers. And like the rest of YouTube, half of her views come from mobile screens.
You're in these people's bedrooms, you know, you're on the train with them, you're at school when they're probably not supposed to be looking at their phones, but you are going everywhere with them.
That kind of intimacy with viewers is something new for media makers, and it could pay off big time. Mobile revenue for YouTube is up 100% year over year, and global business head Robert Kinsel doesn't see it slowing down.
Mobile will drive most business, especially in advertising. Mobile consumption has been incredible and it's growing twice the rate of anything else.
So you mean desktop is growing at one pace and mobile's growing twice as fast?
Twice as fast,
Twice as fast. It's not just that mobile is outpacing desktop. Kinsel says mobile will replace it.
Mobile will matter. It will be the discovery device, it will be the transmission device.
The first screen.
It will be the first screen. That's exactly right.
But right now, companies make a lot more money through other screens. That buzziest of industry buzzwords, monetization, is still a struggle on mobile. That's one of the reasons why YouTube just launched a subscription option for $10 a month. But for now, with $4 billion in total revenue last year, YouTube is just breaking even.
Think about the infrastructure that it takes to ingest the videos, store the videos, and then, on the other hand, broadcast them out and have huge amounts of people all around the world see them. It's a tremendous amount of machine and infrastructure.
So why the investment in international growth? It's because more and more people in the developing world are getting their first smartphones.
The next few billion people that will come online, they will likely be able to afford a phone connection and a phone. It's like your window to the world. You know, I grew up in Czechoslovakia, and if I can, I imagine what it would be like growing up over there having YouTube. It would be amazing.
Who wins in this mobile digital world?
I think people who innovate the fastest. Somehow online video now has become part of every person's life every single day. And we need to make sure that we keep up with the growth.
Before we go, a dog's a good start. A dog on a skateboard is better. A skateboarding dog riding under people is victory. And a dog attempting a Guinness World Record for riding through the longest human tunnel, Fridays are awesome. Auto's his name, skating's his game, the board he has tamed, the record he claimed. He rode through 30 pairs of legs without bumping into any of them to win the world title in Lima, Peru. The Bulldog didn't need the hot dog. Otto is skillful at skating, surfing, and skimboarding, even though he's just 3 years old. You could call that talent on autopilot, ability that's automatic, with skills on deck. Otto's auto-astonishing auto-accomplishment puts a varial on the theme of animalian athleticism, with 4 paws on 4 wheels, forecasting and foretelling more records to come. Haters are barking up the wrong tree. The deaf dog's cat-like balance is no bull. Have a great weekend from all of us at CNN Student News.